So yeah, I'm Grant.
I'm Braxton.
It's Braxton. We co-founded Braxley Bands. So what is a Braxley Band? Braxley Band is we have a few of that. We created the first elastic Apple Watch band. So through this, we just saw this as a good idea to jump into. Through Braxley Bands, we really want to create and expand on the brand Braxley itself. So, not just the products, but we really want to start to grow the brand and the lifestyle of the brand.
Yeah, so this actually all got started out of what was formerly known as 3-Day Startup, now known as Red River Startup, about 2 years ago. It's an entrepreneurship workshop here at the Hub, and after that I took it through an entrepreneurship class at the Rawls, and in January last year, Grant and I got together. We've known each other since freshman year, we lived in the dorms together and stuff, and we really saw some potential in this new Apple Watch, smartwatch accessory market because it's such a new product and nobody was really exploring exciting, fun bands. And what's crazy is these bands are so easily interchangeable. You can take them on off, it's like a phone case, but also a phone case that you want to change out with different outfits and stuff like that. And so we came up with this elastic idea out of a sock. So I started cutting up old socks of mine and turning them into watch bands and just kind of testing it out until we eventually landed on a guy out of China who can make this, or who's selling this inch-wide elastic in all these crazy different patterns. So in about March, we opened up our store online and just started selling them out of our warehouses.
Yeah.
And then now we're actually operating everything here out of the Hub.
So once we got started, right away we could see that we could pretty much sell these. We ran into, I guess, our biggest obstacle to date was our supplier. It started being harder and harder to get these materials. So, our goal from the very start, and what we always wanted to do, was find someone where we could make our own custom bands and our styles that we do have. And funny enough, Braxton's mom found the supplier for us after a while, which was actually in New York, so we're able to keep it all in the United States now. Our manufacturer's out of Austin, and so through this, we're able to finally, start making our custom designs, which it's kind of a waiting process, waiting on a good inventory and getting that added up. But we're finally able to go on and make these current designs as well as some new custom ones that we've been working on.
So right now, everything we're offering is still the stuff coming from the Chinese guy. And what happened was he was wondering, he's like, okay, well, what I assume happened was he was wondering what these kids are doing with all this elastic. Nobody buys that much elastic. And he decided to start selling elastic Apple Watch bands out of China on Etsy. So yeah, so these are things you can't really protect yourself against. But that being said, I'm really not that worried about it because he's selling them as simply just a tech accessory on a third-party platform. And what we're really trying to do here is establish a lifestyle brand, something that has kind of meaning behind it when you wear it, and really going for that. Like I'll just show you our story, how much we really are trying to emphasize. Like the fact that we are students and this did start as a school project with just a simple idea that could hopefully go on to be a lot more.
And how we do kind of, I guess one of the competition if things like this do come along, we really try to build our social media platforms. You can see our Instagram's linked to our homepage down here. We just try to always keep our content, fresh and just really expanding on that lifestyle brand that we want to accomplish. So that kind of, helps us in the future if we do want to come out with, new products or different things, as well as just building on the Braxley Band brand itself. So we've seen a lot of good return from social media, and that's really helped us out a lot.
We try to be as innovative as possible with marketing. So one thing we do that's really cool is Every customer who buys online gets a little thing in here that says, post a pic of your band and tag us for $10 off your next order. So that does three things. First thing it does is it gives us content to repost if it's a cool picture. And then it's also advertising, because these people have, some of them upwards of a couple thousand followers. They'll post a picture of their band and then everybody's wondering where they got that. It takes us directly to our account. And then the third thing it does is it gets people to come back to our store and buy another band. So they, it's really trying to get people to buy multiple, and we also do free shipping on any 2+ bands. So we're really trying to get people to buy multiple and change them out and with different outfits and all that.
And we're also starting an ambassador program. That's another thing we want to really, once we nail down the supply chain 100%, we've already had about 30 applicants online. So it's already, you can see here we have retailers, which Cardinals is in the audience. We really thank y'all. Y'all helped us out a ton. Be a Braxley rep, create content. Basically, people just posting pictures for us, or people, at different colleges. We have one in Baylor, Oklahoma, a few different ones who just kind of have their own code and just get the word out for us a little bit, and they get some return on it, and also helps us out. But that's something we definitely want to expand on more once we get our inventory caught
The
up.
biggest thing holding us back from growing quicker is not having enough in stock to sell. We've had to sell, honestly, more than a couple retailers a week. One store last week had 9 locations reached out to us, and we told her we couldn't get her bands because we just don't have enough. It would be honestly like irresponsible to give her the little that we have and then have to take everything off online. So once we get our full inventory, and now that we have a supplier who can meet our demand, the guy in New York, we'll be able to, I think, 10x this, output overnight, because we'll actually have physical product, and then it's just selling it from there. So, anything else?
Yeah, that's about it. We'd be happy to open up for questions or anything.
Yeah.
Hey, I recall from the first presentation you guys did, you had one of your team members that was devoted to social media. Is that still ongoing? Is there still a single person that is responsible for that?
No, we actually decided that we wanted greater creative control, and she's a student here too, and it was kind of a mutual thing that we should probably be the ones that are actually handling it.
Okay. Do you guys have any metrics related to, okay, we're doing this social media campaign for, it's the beginning of April, we're going to do a social media campaign related to spring or, swimming or something like that. When you guys push out content like that, are you measuring the results of that somehow? I mean, obviously you can see how many views you get online and stuff like that, but are you measuring how that translates into sales on your online platforms or in stores or anything?
So it's easy to do with social media advertising.
Yeah.
They can track like directly if they clicked on your link and then went to buy a band, or if they clicked on your link, looked around the store to the left, and all that. But it's harder to do it on organic posts.
Yeah. That's another good thing about having a big supply. We actually haven't ran ads in probably 2 months now. And so, yeah, with advertising and being all that, it's super integrated. And, we could see, when we were doing that, we could see if they were on Instagram, where they were from, how long, they were on our shop page or what. We actually use Wix right now, which is one thing we were going to mention. Wix, it's a great platform getting started with a new website, but it's kind of has its flaws in an e-commerce site. It has a few good ways to track, but we're actually working on building a Shopify website in the background right now to eventually get that going so that we can have better inventory statistics, better see a better demographic and stuff like that.
Do you have any idea from the social media stuff what percentage of your sales are channeled in through social media, funneled in through social media?
That's something we really are kind of trying to put more time into. We actually have it's kind of like a marketing platform. It's called Falcon. They kind of run our social media in the background. They do like our following. They do.
So like basically they would get real followers like, you know, obviously Instagram knows way too much about us. What they can do is they can follow people strategically who will have a better likelihood of following us back. So it's a third-party kind of a company who can do this stuff. And they can even tell us the best time of day to post for the highest engagement and stuff like that.
And we've seen good return on that. And like you mentioned, the coupon code we do send out with all of our orders, we've actually seen quite a bit of people repost that and get their followers on board and through that. I think some of the bigger accounts who have shown our bands, we've seen good return from, you know, whether it's the same day they posted or whether it's just, you know, saying, oh, I saw it from this girl or that girl. So that helps quite a bit. So, yeah, it's.
How are you guys branding your band itself? Or like if I see one on somebody that I know that is a Braxton.
So we actually have this tag under the bands. One side says Braxley, one says bands.
Just like a little fabric woven.
Yeah, just kind of minimal branding. We also send out wristbands with each purchase that just, you know, say a little bit about the band. And we really focus
If you
on
notice on the planks, the little rubber band securing it actually has our branding on it as well. And it says, your new favorite wash band. Yes.
So I got wrists the size of a tree trunk. Do you have variable sizes?
Yes. We do small, medium, and large.
we are able to reach most people with the large, being that it is elastic and stretches quite a bit. I think this one's a medium. So, yeah, we haven't ran into that problem so much.
It's kind of like having shoelaces that are too tight. You walk around and try to catch your breath.
Definitely.
Yes.
Okay, so I know the answer to this question, but I want y'all to answer anyway. Tell us a little bit about just the whole timeline from, you know, you mentioned when you were playing around with socks or whatever, but like when you all decided actually to get going. So when y'all were here last May, it was super early, but kind of give us that whole timeline real quick about how it's developed, when you got the stores, all that kind of stuff.
Okay, so I think it was late January, so we had just got back from winter break last year. And I had been wearing a sock band around for a couple months, showing my band and all, that was crazy. But I really had this idea for some potential here with a stretchy elastic being its like core competency of the band. And finally landed on this guy who we're getting all this stuff from now, I think on a website called Strap Crafts, and it's just a craft store website. And so I got like 4 styles and started hand stitching. And we opened our online store way too soon because some of these we were sending out, I was literally sitting there in front of the TV as I was hand stitching, and I have no education on sewing or anything. So they probably fell apart before they got to that. But
We always say we're sorry for the first people who bought them.
Yeah.
They're probably never coming back. But
then I got my grandma's sewing machine, and Grant took a sewing class in high school,
you know,
so he knew a little bit about sewing.
yeah.
And
One of those electives where you're like, you know, this is easy, you're never gonna use it.
yeah,
You know, advance ahead. We're in this kitchen sewing elastic watch bands. So it was funny. We actually started doing designer watch bands, like Louis Vuitton, Gucci, whatever. And we were cutting those up, making them, and then we were like,
well,
okay,
they were like faux.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
not
yeah.
real.
Yeah. It was a real rough start, really.
That lasted like 4 days.
Yeah, that lasted about 4 days, and we said, all right, let's just combine forces. You know, his wasn't that good, and mine wasn't that good. So we joined up, and you know, like you said, we started getting more onto this. I think our first actual sell was early February, which our official establishment of a business is in May. It wasn't that May. It'll be this May 2nd, our full year.
Then we got into Cardinals, which was a big leap for us,
Yeah.
and that was all because Don knew your brother, right?
Yeah, I think so. It was
Okay.
through a connection. Yeah, we were able to get, and our first big retailer, and they've, thank y'all for, being patient with us, working with us.
Yeah, they've seen us from the get-go.
They've been here since day one, so definitely thank them quite a bit. But, so yeah, as you said, the kind of timeline moving on there, we got a retailer that was huge for us. We went from selling like 1 a week to 1 a day, and we're like, whoa, we sold 1 today and we sold 1 yesterday. That's great. And then, and then sure enough, like advanced a little bit. We're in a few more retailers locally. And then we got into an Austin store not too long ago. And then, we started building, we started seeing more of a potential for this, and started putting a lot more time into it. Our packaging has come, a tremendous amount of ways. So just the little things along the way. And then, as you said, I think, it just, with anything starting out, we get a lot of obstacles, but.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Oh, go, you can finish.
I was gonna say Black Friday was like, we almost had a heart attack. We did buy two, get one free, and we were selling like maybe 3 or 4 a day on our website, which was steady business, but I think on Black Friday we sold over 100 in a day, and then also Cyber Monday we sold the same amount. And I just remember calling her, I'm like, because I was at home for Thanksgiving, I was like, Grant, how are we going to do this, man? Like, stay calm, dude, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, we had actually.
We were still sewing them ourselves.
Yeah, we had over like 100 on Black Friday. I was out of town, he was out of town. And I remember coming back in town with all these orders, just looking over them on my laptop and saying, I was like, oh no, Braxton has a Cyber Monday email ready to go. And I was calling him, like, hey man, do not send that email. Do not send that email. And he goes, oh crap. I said, no. He goes, yeah, I just sent the email to about 1,500 people. I was like, all right, it's going to be pretty busy. And, sure enough, Cyber Monday kicked in, and that was crazy too. But I don't know if we went to school that week, but we got it done.
I just wanted to add a couple things. I remember the first time that you came to me and you're like, so someone bought my band in like Ohio or something. I don't remember where you said online. You're like, it's somebody that doesn't even know me. Like, I don't even know that person. It's like, I didn't enforce it. They just bought it. And I was like, that's awesome. And then it was like, it just took off. And then the second thing, I love your packaging. That's really unique with the board on the back. So you send that to everybody, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's very nice. And then third, they also got $5,000 from the Presidential Service Award. So through the presidents of Health Science Center and Texas Tech awarded them $5,000. So that's awesome.
Good job.
Yeah, really cool. Any other questions?
Just a comment. If you have the sales, you can figure the rest out. You have the sales, all the distribution and the supply, you guys can grind and figure that out. Most people wish they had sales.
Yep. Yeah, most people are on the opposite side. Like, oh, we have everything and no one's buying. So, yeah, very proud of you guys. It's been fun to watch your progress.
Thanks, thank you all for the support, definitely. We'll have to come back in another year or something.
So, and just if you wanted more information, it's braxleybands.com. Instagram is @braxleybands, and we have a bunch of stickers if you want to go grab them afterwards. So, yeah.
Then our final question is, what can we do for you as a 1 Million Cups community?
Just continue spreading the word, and
You see some old Apple Watch band that's not ours. You got a question?
Tell them it's up to you.
yeah.